thanks for stopping by. It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab
just a little bit of black on my brush. This is the process I tend to do. I just add a little bit of white to that. Why? Because I just want to very quickly just go over my sketch like this, just to give me an idea of where things are going to be. And this Sprit Wolf painting that I'm doing is from my friend and dog walker Shan. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm doing this for a Christmas present. I'm hoping that she'll like it, because I'm sure her spirit is a wolf. I just know these things. So let's just get that type of shape, and we'll finalize things as we progress. But the reason I'm doing this is because I want to run some gesso over this, painting this board in a minute. It's a canvas panel. It's been pre-primed, but as you know, I don't like to assume that the painting surface is okay. I want to make sure it's okay, and that's the thing. We need to make sure that our canvas is prepared correctly, and is not going to give us too many issues when we come to paint. And I do like painting animals, one of my favorite things. So if you want to see more animal paintings and things, just let me know, and we will do that. So I'm just going to wash my brush very quickly, and like I do on most videos, I got a little hairdryer, so I'm just going to whap the hairdryer over this. I'm going to concentrate more on the background today. So I got a mind to paint this wolf in a forestry, but so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get straight into some pure titanium white, about by there, I think. I'm just going to spread in some white there, and as I do that, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of Mars black and get this blend of grey coming in like that. Let's get a bit more white into there. Nice blend of colour with the mop brush. That's a mop brush, by the way. Nice blend of colour, just getting that sky in there. I want to bring a bit more. I want it slightly darker in areas. I'm just going to paint around him for a minute. A bit more black coming into this sky. Makes a little bit of Prussian blue and Mars black together. I want to get that. Cloud effect. in there. So just spend a bit of time. Spend a bit of time on your backgrounds, because they pay dividends at the end of the day. They really do. So I'm just going to bring in a bit of white now down into this grey. I want to lighten this down. Just like that. And that's all you've got to do, is just please yourself, because at the end of the day, as an artist, if you are happy as an artist, then really speaking, that's all that counts. Really speaking, that's all that counts. I'm just going to put a bit of white wash glaze just over. Just to knock it back as a touch. And then we can come back into that at a later stage. Now, what I want to do is, let me see if I've got a fan brush here. I think I have. I think this is the boy. Let's get some black, some blue. And I'm going to try and get a sharp edge on that, because I want to bring in a nice tree. Shape there, like that. I'm also going to put a tree in. There. Put another one in there. And then we can put a few little things. Like that. As you can see, he's in the woods. You can see he's in the woods there. Okay, I need to give that a really good dry now. I'm going to get some zinc mixing, right? If you followed along with me in the past on YouTube, then obviously you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get some tap water. I don't need to worry about underbinding with this particular method because there's going to be other layers on top. First of all, I think what I'm going to do, wash that brush and just get more. I want to get a bit more light. There, like that. Maybe you can just about see the glow of the moon through. The moon is behind, I've decided, the moon is behind the cloud. So you're going to see a lot more light coming from behind that cloud. But it's actually, you can just about see it just, so it's so bright it's actually coming through the cloud. But you've got those edges on the side that's slightly darker. You need to just kill that area there a bit. What I should do really is maybe just brighten that area up a bit like that. There we are. Let's put a little bit of light just reflecting there. I want to brighten this up. There, a touch as well. Just going to get a, I want to darken this up a bit more, because if that's going to be bright, this is going to be dark up there. Yeah, that looks good. Let's get a bit of light. Down there like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my brush. I'm going to get a little bit of white. I want to put a little bit of highlight. Just catching a few of these. Trees. I just blocking out. We're not worried too much about detail. I just want to get the shapes of this wonderful wolf in place. So I thought I'd get the bones in place, as they say. the bones of the painting. That's what I normally do. Let's get I got a bit of my medium mix there. Don't forget, I'm going to try and give you some discount in the shop shortly for being a member. So if you want to pop along, get some paints and things like that, then please feel free to do that. So I'm just going to put his nose in place like this. Quite like painting animals. Dogs are like my favourite things to paint, actually. Always looks bad when you do something like that, and you just block it down without any features in it. So I want to put some lines in. This is where his whiskers are going to go. I just want to put some shadows in there like that, and we're not painting at the moment, we're just blocking in, because he's got a bit of a muzzle there, I think, and then that's going to be quite, oops, a bit too much paint on my brush then. It's going to be quite dark there like that. The thing you've got to be careful of as well is once you get used to your paint not drying as fast, because you will if you're using gesso and stuff like that on your palette and on your canvas, and you're using a little bit of flow improver and some retarders and stuff, you'll find that your paint is a lot more pliable and malleable, and you'll find that you're able to paint colour over colour. So be careful, because that could cause you problems. So just if you're unsure, dry your canvas off with a hairdryer. That's what I normally do. I'm just going to block that out there, down there now. I'm just going to get a bigger brush to do that. You can see sometimes the amount of water I use. Well, it's not water, it's medium mix, and you should be familiar with that if you've painted with me before. You know I use a lot of medium mix, because I'm able to just keep painting like this and manipulate my paint on the canvas, because we got to bring his fur down around now like this, because he's a wolf howling at the moonlight. Ooh. There we go. You could see already that we're starting to develop some fur and details and that stuff in there. And we need to, his nose is a little bit this way, so we need to twist it. Well, we can do that. That's quite easy. Whether I can do that now is another thing, because it's twisted. So what we need to do is bring it in a little bit more like that. And then we can bring in a little bit of this grey in, more like that, say. And then we can get this black. Get this black to come in. more there. Like that. All we need to do then is just get a little bit of highlight. Rather than painting the black, we can paint the highlights. Like that. I can just play around with that later on. You get the idea. There you go. It's a little bit better. Not a lot, but a little bit better, and that's what we want. And then we can start shading in areas like this, and this is where the painting starts then. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. Because we tend to do that, don't we? We tend to just go, whoa, that's a bit too far. You know, we tend to paint. We tend to want to get it finished. We tend to want to get it finished, and we can't do it all in one go. So at this particular stage, I'm going to dry that off with a hairdryer. And I'm going to get my brush, get some of my zinc mixing white, like we did in the background, and I'm just going to thin that down like this. And again, I'm going to go over the entire surface of the painting with that zinc mixing white. Because it's not only does it add a glaze to the paint, but it also gives it that misty type of distant look as well, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that distant type of blurry background look, whilst also getting the subject to stand forward. And then by doing this over the wolf as well, what that's doing is just getting us ready now for the next stage, which is more detailing work, because we've done the blocking in stage. And I can darken some of these trees up if I wanted to later on. If I wanted to bring them forward again, I could quite easily do that. But for the moment, I'm just gonna see how it dries out. I'm trying to anyway. We'll change up onto a smaller brush in a second. And just continue to. This is why I don't do these things for normal lessons on YouTube, because they can take an age. Now I've got a couple of projects that I'm in the middle of doing. I got a portrait of myself, and I've also got a nice landscape type of painting that I've been working on for quite a while, And I was cleaning out the studio the other day, and I found that tuck down that I put one side. I thought, yeah, I'll get back to that later, but I never did. And this is what happens sometimes. That sometimes we put things down and we forget they're there, or we just want to forget they're there because we haven't got time to do them. So I think what I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks are members lessons, that is I'm going to be digging out some of these old lessons, and just mixing some burnt umber now with a little bit of Prussian blue just to make a dark black type of colour. There we go. Like I said, this is more of a blue black. I just want to get some shadow in. Into this area. A little bit of moisture on my brush. Detail coming in, which is basically just an off-white now, but because the wolf is quite a shaggy coat, you can see it starting to just lift that a bit, and you can use a couple of thicker lines. You can push down on the brush like that just to get those slightly thicker lines. And we just pull a few hairs out like this. This is all a tangle and a mess, isn't it? And you've got a couple of thicker areas as well. You put a few different lines in that you didn't like. Just keep going. Just keep with it. Just keep with it. And just keep building. Keep building. And just keep. This is why I like doing things like this, because these can take hours. When I come to the end of this particular lesson, I think I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to be continue doing this for quite a while. But what I will be doing is putting a, you know, when I put that white wash over it, you know, when I put the white wash on to mist it, what I'm going to do very similar, just around the wolf itself, I'm just going to put a blue wash. And you just keep building and building, building and building. Fur up. Like that. Now, some artists paint dogs and things with plain colour. They don't actually add much detail in to fur and stuff like that, but I quite like bringing in the fur. I'm going to get myself a long handled brush because I want to bring in some white, just like that. I'm going to get a spot of black on my brush. And I'm just going to get the nose to sit. Nicely there. Like that. Couple of little spot marks just to represent some of his whiskers there. Just playing around with a little bit of tone. Get some our made black then. I need to wipe my brush. Some shadow in. Get a little bit of grey on my brush now. I'm trying to bring in just a little bit of highlight like that. Small amount of white paint on my tip of my brush. Just to maybe just showing a few little fangs that he's holding in the moonlight, just catching the tip of that fang there with a bit of light like that. I'm just going to merge this together. Get a little bit of yellow ochre in our hand. I'm just going to put a colour just like that for now. Just to lift his eye a touch. What we need, I tell you what would be really good is if we, can we do that maybe? Maybe. What if I put these are feathers, by the way. It could be like a could be an Indian. It could be an Indian wolf now. It could be. Bit of white, I think. Pure white. I don't know what feathers these are, but they're of some sort of bird. We can have so he looks as if he's got some Indian has gone and put a thing around his neck. Maybe it's his collar. Maybe he's got this. Maybe he's got that. Let me put another one in. There, like that. Sprit Wolf. Yeah, he's looking quite nice. I quite like him now. Let's get a little bit of darker colour down there. Need a bit of shadow just down there like that. What's missing here is a little bit of shadow around the top of the eye there, I think. Maybe a little bit there. Don't go too dark. Don't want to go too dark, do we? Yeah, I'm beginning to feel his spirit now, for sure. Oh, quite like that. I quite like that. I do like that. I'm really thinking now, maybe I'm nearly there. And it's important sometimes to when you decide enough's enough, don't go messing. I'm looking for a little tiny brush. There it is. I knew I had one in there. Because I want to get a little bit of just pure titanium white really, and I want to increase this moon. It's behind that cloud, isn't it? So we just brighten up the sky. And you can involve your finger if you want to. It's fine. Just brighten that up a touch there. I think if we can get some pure titanium white and just get some highlight just on that edge there like that, I might just get him to stand out just a little bit more. From the background, or her even. This is where you can start to mess things up if you're not too careful. This is where the fine lines, individual lines can come in to their own. Very, very fine. Just touching the canvas with the brush, adding a few thicker lines here and there. Picking up highlight areas with just this pure white. I tell you what, it's making my back easier already. There you go. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm quite happy with that. I don't know whether to maybe put a little bit more in there. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm not going to do any more to that as far as because I want to move on to a new project. I'm going to let that dry and reassess it in a couple of days' time to see if I'm happy with it before I pass it on as a present. What I might do, as I said, I might put a blue glaze over it just to give it that bit of a midnight look.
It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time.
I'm going to be doing too much more to it.
And don't forget to click subscribe.